You and Owen. I don't believe you. He wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Finally.
Oh, sorry. They wanted me to see another test promo for Hope for the Future.
Wouldn't that be Steffi's job?
I guess she's busy. So, where's Eric?
Oh, he's in an emergency meeting with his attorney.
Why?
Because Bill Spencer has decided to hitch his wagon to your sister's divorce settlement. He wants a piece of the company. I think you should call your sister and tell her not to do that. Are we about to find out where your real loyalties lie? I knew it.
This is none of my business and none of yours either.
You would just love to get one or both of your sisters back in this company. And if it takes Bill Spencer to do it,
Will
so
you
be
stop? If there's anything sadder than a divorce, it's a death in the family, especially a mother's. And Dawn is trying to deal with both of those right now. Is it really a surprise that she's not quite herself at the moment? Taylor?
I'm not really comfortable talking about Eric's private life anyway.
It's not private now that Bill Spencer has injected himself into the divorce.
Look, there's really not much we can do here with Eric not here, so...
Yes, we can and we will. And I know you don't like answering to us, but that's just the way it is.
You know, things might be a little different, Stephanie, if you started out the conversations not so antagonistically.
Brooke does have a point. You know, we don't have to talk about anything personal. We can keep everything business. Okay? So, speaking of business, we wanted to talk to you about Brooke's bedroom line.
Yeah, right. I've been waiting for that. If you kill the line, everybody's going to know that it is personal as hell.
Who's killing it? We know it makes a lot of money.
I've been telling you that for years.
We just think that the bedroom line could use a second look.
Owen, I think it's time I said a few things that I've meant to say for a while. Listen, I know you gave up a lot. Making the choice you did to stick with my mother and accept the life that she wanted to have.
Come on, you don't need to make it sound like that. It's not exactly a chore.
No, but there are limitations, and I know what they are. Kids, I know you want that. I appreciate, more than respect, what you've done, the life you've made with my mother. It's what I wanted to do with Bridget, but hey, this pregnancy came along, and this is where we are. But it means a lot to me. So the way I see it, if this little boy or girl makes it, God willing, I would like you to think of this child as yours too.
I don't believe you. I mean, it's not true. Owen loves me. Totally, completely.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Owen will not cheat on me. He wouldn't do that.
He never meant to do it.
No, this didn't happen. Bridget, please tell me that this isn't true.
I wish it weren't. Oh, dear God, I wish I could take it back.
How could you do this? How could you do this? My own daughter-in-law. thought that Owen loved me. I thought that, you loved Nicky, and yet you were both carrying on an affair behind our backs.
No, it wasn't like that at all. It was just one night that we
Why,
regretted.
Bridget? Why? What possessed you?
Grief. It was the night that Agnes lost the baby. I was out of my mind.
The night you ran away from the hospital?
Yes.
Away from your husband to mine.
No. I was running away from the pain, and for all I cared, my life was just over. I didn't know where or if I would even wake up the next morning. All I could feel was just that horror, the shame of one more child that would never see the light of day because of me. I don't know what I would have done that night if I hadn't seen Owen. I wouldn't go home. I couldn't go home. He took me to the beach house that he used to rent.
Beach house? I don't understand that.
That night, I just felt like my world was ending. And I needed a place to hide. He wouldn't let me be alone.
Now I feel like my world is ending.
Oh, God, Jackie, please don't say that.
What do you expect me to say, Bridget? My husband had sex with my son's wife, and now she's pregnant. We don't know who the father is. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to feel? How am I supposed to feel about my marriage if I even have a marriage?
I'm not saying a few of these designs couldn't be updated. But, for example, here's a nice one. This is a classic, one of our best sellers.
Would you try that one on?
Pardon me?
Well, we're thinking that maybe it's not just the designs that need to be updated. So would you try it on, please? Well, we just want to make sure your camera ready.
Well, doesn't really matter, 'cause without me, Brooke's bedroom would be nothing.
Well, realistically, we do have to prepare for that day, don't we?
Well, we thought you might be kind of resistant to it. Actually, you know what I was thinking we could do? Stephanie Forrester dives into Brooke's bedroom line.
You? Wearing lingerie? Okay. Now I know you're not serious. Are there cameras? Are you taping this thing?
We thought you might be a little resistant to that idea.
So with that in mind, are you ready, Mr. Guest? Oh.
Jackie, please don't do this. Please don't give up on your marriage.
I trusted Owen. I trusted you.
We just made a terrible, terrible mistake.
I remember that night. I was with your husband. He was very frightened for you. We both were.
I should have never run away.
Your husband, he'd lost a child too, but you weren't worried about that, were you? You weren't worried about him at all. In fact, you blamed him.
I didn't mean to. That's not what I meant to do.
You didn't mean to? You didn't mean to? But you did it.
I've never felt so ashamed.
I have never believed in anything as much as I believed in Owen and me.
You can still believe, Jackie.
Oh, really?
how do you suggest I do that,
Because
Bridget?
Owen loves you. You are the only woman on the planet for him.
You may be carrying his child, for God's sake. How do you think my husband is going to feel when he learns that? Oh, stupid me. Stupid me. Owen already knows you're pregnant, doesn't he? He knows you're having a paternity test. That's why he was here visiting you.
Well, what do you think? Am I up to your high standards?
Oh, honey, you shouldn't have let them put you up to this.
Well, what are we doing with the line? It's either we ditch it or we back it up.
We're not ditching it.
Oh, well,
We agree. We agree. But you can't be the spokesmodel forever, Brooke.
well, that's true. Unless you want to design a line of flannel nightgowns. Steffi, you look great.
Thank you.
I know, she has a rockin' body.
You better put your clothes on now.
I feel like a jock who's never worn frills before, and it's at least better than the dresses you put me in, so.
Your father is not going to like this one bit.
Brooke may have a point there.
Wait a minute. Brooke, you talk him into letting you pose with practically nothing on, anytime, anywhere. Wait a minute. I've got it. I've got it. This is... Okay. You and Steffi are going to walk down the runway together, side by side.
That's very funny, Stephanie.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean.
About sharing the child. If we're lucky enough.
Of course, Nick, I would love to be a part of your child's life.
Good. Well, so what do you say? Would you be up for the role of second dad? You can teach them both how to surf or do sit-ups.
Sit-ups. I'm touched that you would ever consider me and that you would ever trust me like that. But the truth is, I've got everything that I need. I've got everything that I want. So I think it's probably just best that Jackie and I stick to the doting grandparent roles. But it means a lot to me. So thank you.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
So what happens next?
It's Nick's baby. It has to be.
You hope it is.
Fate wouldn't be that cruel. It's gotta be. Nick may not forgive me anyway.
Probably not.
I'm losing my husband.
I may lose mine.
No. See, Jackie, it doesn't have to be that way because Owen doesn't want me. He wants you. No matter what, he wants a life with you.
He's very kind, my husband, you know. He's ever so kind. I've always loved that about him. It really, really hurts, Bridget, that he had sex with you. But what hurts more is the fact that you must have made him love you just a little bit for him to do it. And that I'm going to find very hard to forgive you, poor darling. Really hard. Oh, God, we could both lose our marriages here. We could lose your career, my company, because Jackie M definitely would not recover from this scandal. Oh, here we are. Our future's just hanging in the balance. Everything depending on what that doctor says when she just walks through that door.
It's settled then.
Brooke and I are doing it together.
No, you're taking over the bedroom line.
Now, wait a minute.
No. I'm not giving up my PR job to flounce around in underwear. Talk about a career without a future. No offense, Brooke.
Just talking about a couple of photo shoots or a promotional showing
Okay,
or two.
that
Maybe
I can do as long as I don't have to eat like a model. I'm not.
No, wait. The bedroom line always had a personality, a spokesperson, not just a face.
I don't see a need for that. It's already
I
established.
agree. I don't see a need
No,
for
there's
that.
not going to be any decisions made about the bedroom line today.
All right, then why did we even have this meeting?
Then could I put some clothes on? Because
Wait a minute. You're in no position to talk about making decisions, Missy.
Neither are you, Missy. You two aren't exactly majority. You represent exactly half of the shareholding directors. And that would be the half that thinks that women's lingerie was invented by Satan to ruin marriages and destroy men's lives.
Well, she's actually right. The less clothes I wear, the more comfortable I feel.
Jackie, please. I'm gonna say this again. Your marriage doesn't have to end because of this.
You think Owen will want me if you have his baby?
Yes, I do. He loves you. All I've heard about is how much he loves you since all this happened. He worships you beyond anything else.
When he came home that night, after... I had no idea anything was wrong. He'd drawn me a bath and he told me all he wanted me to know was how much he loved me. Was that just a cover? Was that guilt?
No. That was really his love for you. I'm so sorry, Jackie. I'll never forgive myself for this. I don't really know how it happened. I could say that it was because of the grief from losing another child. My despair. The fact that I was truly out of control, but... And that would probably all be true, but it's just not an excuse. And it's unforgivable. But Jackie, it was my sin. Owen did nothing that night but care for someone. Someone that couldn't take care of herself. Yes, it went way too far. But please, please know, I love your son more than you can ever imagine. It just breaks my heart to see you like this and know that I've hurt you. And it breaks my heart to know that I betrayed the man that I love. No matter what happens with the test results, I am going to tell Nick the truth. I'll just forever beg his forgiveness and hope that once we know about the baby, we can all get our lives back.
Excuse me. I'll come back.
No, please. It's all right. Jackie knows everything. Do you have the results for me? Do you know who the father of the baby is?
I do.